Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm going to be talking all about the action steps that I'm going to be taking in January in order to work towards my 2024 goals. If you missed the video where I laid out what my goals were and why I wanted to accomplish those goals, I will link that video in a card above. You can check that out. It just goes more in depth as to what my goals for the year are, why I've chosen those goals, and this video is more about how I'm going to make those goals happen. So the way that I like to tackle goals is, for my annual goals, I like to have an overarching kind of theme for my goals. So I tend to keep the goals kind of vague, still something that I feel like at the end of the year, I can definitively look at those and say, yes, I accomplished them, or no, I did not. But where I really get in depth are the action steps. I want the steps that I take each month towards reaching those goals to be measurable, actionable things that I can look at those and definitively say, check, yes, I did that. So the annual goals are more of like what I want to accomplish. The action steps are how I plan to accomplish those goals. So what I will do really quickly is, first of all, talk about the little system I have here in my planner. This is from Plan with Laken, her goals planner. I didn't want the whole planner. I just wanted a couple of pages. Unfortunately, she does not offer her pages as individual downloads, so I had to buy the whole planner, which was kind of frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. And while this is not like my perfect setup for how I want to plan things, like I'm not crazy about the font. It's not perfect. It was as close to perfect as I could get without having to design it myself. Designing it myself is something that I might do in the future. For now, I just wanted to go and find something that was already ready. So that's what I've done. I printed out the annual goals page from her goal planner and this January kind of tracker to keep track of the action steps. This is very reminiscent of the Cultivate What Matters system of keeping track of your action steps. I've used that before. Like I said, none of the systems that are out there are perfect, but I really liked the concept of being able to track the daily steps on a little calendar like this, and that's what made me go ahead and download this. I do like Laken. I think some of her videos on goal setting are very helpful. So I will link her channel down below, as well as her planner. I purchased the downloadable printable version. I don't even know if she has a physical version, if I'm being honest. I wanted to be able to print it myself to put it into my planner, which you guys have seen in multiple videos. At this point by now, this is where I keep track of my daily to-dos, my calendar. I do my budget in here, and now I have my goal setting. So what I have done is I printed out the 2024 annual goals. I wrote them down here. The wording that I wrote down might not be exactly what I said in my goals video, but you know, it's essentially the same thing. And so I put those on the left so I can reference what the goals are. And then I stuck this January like tracking page on the right so that when I have this open, I can see them both at the same time. And I'm just going to color code the action steps to the goals. I've seen Laken do that. It works really well. So the way that she has her tracking system set up is one-time steps, things that need to be done just one time in the month to consider those action steps complete. She has little boxes here to schedule the step, to if you've made progress on the step, and then if the step is complete. I think that's a little much. I don't really feel like I need that. In terms of like one-time steps, I don't really think it's necessarily, oh my goodness, to schedule something. I mean, sometimes, right? Like if it's something that you have to make an appointment for, but a lot of times It's just a matter of just getting in there and doing it. It's a one-time thing. It's not something that's going to take multiple steps, right? So that's that. One-time steps. She has weekly steps, so something you're going to do once a week to make progress on that goal, and then she has daily steps. And this is really what I wanted this page for. There are some things that I'm going to have to do most every single day in order to make these habits stick, to make the goal happen. Primarily, I'm thinking of routines. I'm thinking of lose weight. Let's just go ahead really quickly and go over what the goals are in case you missed that video where I talked about them, though I do recommend you watch that video for more in-depth detail. I'll just go over the goals really quick. So for 2024, I want to lose weight. I want to find and maintain some routines, both in my household, like household routines, cleaning, meal planning, that sort of thing, but also like personal routines, morning routine, evening routine, skincare, that sort of thing. I started a new job last year. If you missed the memo, my husband and I are now business owners. We run a plumbing company. And so I went from being a full-time stay-at-home mom to a full-time working mom. And since that happened, I feel like my routines have definitely been off. So I really want to focus on routines in 2024. I want to pay off my credit cards. You have probably already seen and will continue to see budget videos here on my channel to keep up with that. And I want to get my home clean and organized and keep it that way. So those are the main goals for the year. Now let's talk about the action steps that I want to take to make those goals happen. Full disclosure, I've thought a little bit about my action steps, but not a lot. So if this video is all over the place, my apologies. Some of the things are very like obvious steps to take to make those goals happen. Like if I want to lose weight, I need to be in a calorie deficit. So a good daily step would be to track my calories every day, which you will see that show up here. Sometimes like the one-time steps are a little bit more difficult. I might use this as a way to keep track. How do I say it? Like, let me just give an example. If the step that I want to take in January is to clean my bedroom, for example, as part of my organized home goal, I might put that here, clean my bedroom, but then break down the steps more here so that, you know, I can look at this. If I have a daily step of a 5-minute tidy in my room every day, for example, and I only did it 25% of the time, then maybe I didn't get my bedroom clean as the overarching one-time step, but I can see that I made progress on it this way, right? I don't know, maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I tend to do that. Let's just talk about the steps. And we'll start with my goal of losing weight because I feel like that has the most steps. That's really like my #1 priority. When it comes to goals, like yes, I want to make all of these happen, but if for whatever reason I could only choose one, it would definitely be to lose weight. And I talk more in depth about why I want to lose weight, why it's important to me in that goals video. I'm going to stop referencing that video. If you haven't decided to watch it by now, then you're not going to. So for losing weight, I don't really have any one-time steps. There's nothing that I need to do just one time in the month to help me lose weight. This weight loss thing is something that I need to do without fail every week, every day. So I'm going to skip over the one-time step. There's nothing that's just only going to be one time. For weekly steps, something that I want to do weekly to help me stay on track with my weight loss goal and also for my routines goal, it's something that I need to make a routine, is meal planning. I need to really be thinking about what we are having for dinner each week, for breakfasts. What am I going to be eating to maintain a calorie deficit to get this goal taken care of? And I want to kind of color code this, but this meal plan weekly step could really go under multiple categories here. And that's kind of how I like to do my goals anyway. I feel like a lot of the action steps I take will benefit more than just one of my goals. If I meal plan every week, not only is that great for losing weight, it's great for the routine of everything, but it's also going to help me stay organized in my home. You know, meal planning, knowing what I need to get from the grocery store then will help me to keep my pantry and refrigerator more organized. I'll have a better idea of what's in there. So this is really going to help all of my goals. In fact, it's going to help me with the credit card debt too, because if I'm meal planning, I'm more likely to stick to a budget. So really this action step every week of meal planning and going to the grocery store, getting the healthy things I need, it's going to help me with all of my goals. It's not just targeting in on one. So that's really important, something I need to do every week. Something that's more geared towards just the weight loss is to film a weigh-in update. I really like being accountable to someone. It really helps me to stay on track. If I have to just be accountable to me, I'm less likely to do it. I am reading a book right now, and I cannot think of what it's called, but she's talking about goal setting in the book, and she says that there are 4 different types of people when it comes to, you know, goal setting and habits and that sort of thing. I'm gonna reference the book. I'll put it up on the screen, tell you what it is. I'm really liking it so far. I haven't made it all the way through it, but one of the categories of people are obligers, and that's definitely what I am. I'm really great about being accountable to other people. If someone else sets me a task, I will make sure to complete it. But if I set it for myself, not so much. I'm not great about holding myself accountable. So I want to make sure that I'm filming those weigh-in updates for you guys every week to help me stay accountable to this weight loss goal. So weigh-in update. And if I do that once a week, then hopefully that'll help me to better stay on track. So that's it for the weekly steps for this weight loss routine. I'm sure I could think of more, but I don't want to overwhelm myself. One of the things that Laken talks about on her channel is you don't have to fill up the whole page. You don't have to set these huge, unrealistic expectations. And like I said, while I don't follow all of her advice, and I don't necessarily think she's like the be-all, end-all with goals, I definitely believe that. Like, the last thing I want to do is have too many things to keep track of, because if I overwhelm myself, I'm gonna quit. Okay, so now that we talked about the one-time steps, the weekly steps, what are the daily steps that I want to take for losing weight? For one, drink water. 80 ounces of water a day. I am the type of person who, if I don't track my water and set a water goal, I just won't drink water at all. I will drink my coffee in the morning. I try to keep to just 1 cup a day. I will drink diet sodas throughout the day or sparkling water, but just like plain old H2O, I'm not gonna go for it unless I set a goal. I do have one of those great big 80-ounce water things. It's not the Stanley that everybody bought because I refuse to pay $40 for a cup. I've got like the Walmart Ozark Trail version, but I want to fill that up twice a day and drink it. And even if I don't get the full 80 ounces of water and be able to get that little check mark, I still feel like I will drink more water than the 0 that I would drink if I weren't tracking it. So that's the first kind of daily thing. I want to come in every day and be able to check off, yes, I drank my 80 ounces of water a day. I'm also going to put in 1,600 calories. That is my calorie goal right now. I want to be in a deficit, and I want to eat 1,600 calories or less. So I will be able to check that day off if I got that 1,600 calories. And if I am able to maintain that 1,600 calorie deficit here on most days, then I'll be happy with that. I don't expect that every single one of these days is going to get marked off. I don't think that's realistic, but if I'm aiming for it every day and I can check this off even like 70% of the time, then I think that I will be able to be successful in my weight loss goal. My number goal, like my numerical goal for that, is to lose 40 pounds by the time I turn 40, which is in November. It's a very realistic, doable goal. And doing this, 70% of the time, I think will get me there. So that's that. Now there are other things that I could put in here to help me with that weight loss goal. But again, I don't want to overwhelm myself. I might put in one more here. You guys, I feel like you're going to laugh at me when I admit this to you, but you know how they say you should get like 10,000 steps a day? The average person needs to get 10,000 steps a day. There are days that I don't even get 1,000 steps. I work in an office. I'm sitting down all the time. My home is very small, so even just like walking around my home doesn't get very many steps, although I feel like with 80 ounces of water, I'm probably gonna get 300 extra steps a day just walking back and forth to the bathroom. But yeah, I'm nowhere near 10,000 steps, and to set myself a 10,000 step goal would be ridiculous because it just wouldn't happen. But I could go for 5,000. So that's what I'm going to do, 5,000 steps. We will see. This is the one I'm kind of hesitant about. I don't know if it's realistic. That's a big jump, right? To go from 1,000 to 5,000 steps a day. But, if I'm trying every day to get 5,000, even if I don't get there, I'm doing better, just like with that water goal. So that we'll put it there and we'll see how it goes. So those are the things I want to do every single day to help me with this weight loss category. Now let's talk routines. There are about a zillion routines that I need to set up and start working on. But if I start with a million routines, I'm never going to complete them. So I'm going to choose just one routine to focus on in January. And that's going to be my evening routine. I started in December with the clean kitchen at night, taking 15 minutes, making sure my sink is empty, making sure my kitchen is tidied up. And that has been wonderful when I have completed it. So again, I don't really have a one-time step for that, something that I need to do every day to focus on it. I feel like these one-time steps, this is going to be very blank, but that's okay. You don't have to have every line filled, like I said. So I don't even really have a weekly step for this. It's really just a daily step. Clean kitchen at night. So we're going to focus on that. And that's obviously going to help with my routines, but it's also going to help with my organized home goal, right? So that's that. Clean kitchen at night. And then skincare is the other big thing at night. I want to make sure I'm doing like evening hygiene, skincare, brushing my teeth, all of that. And I'm just going to write that down as skincare. And we'll see how often I can manage to do that in the month of January. See, I kind of wish that these daily steps were bigger and this one-time step thing wasn't here. Like I said, I need to design my own thing. I didn't want to do that right now. I've got a lot of other things on my plate, clearly, so maybe I'll do that in the future. All right, pay off credit cards. I have a one-time step for this. It's not really a one-time step because it's something I'm going to be doing every week, but again, it's like that overarching thing. I'd like to pay $1,000 to my lowest credit card that we're currently working on. So if I manage to pay $1,000 towards that credit card, then I'll be able to check that off at the end of the month. Hoping to actually make weekly payments, go in and pay a little bit each week so that it adds up to 1,000. We'll see. So I guess I could put that in the weekly step, credit card payment. So really I would be checking this off more than once, because if I make them every single week, then that will allow me to check off this $1,000 thing. I don't think that's necessarily how she intended for this worksheet to be used when she created it, but I'm putting my own spin on it. So that is for the pay off credit card debt. I also want to film a budget update every week. So you will be seeing those videos here on my channel. Again, I need the accountability, so please hold me accountable in the comments section. Is there a daily step? I don't necessarily feel like there's a daily step for that. Maybe there is, but I'm not going to include one. I've only got one here, and I'm going to save that for my organized home goal. So speaking of my organized home goal, let's talk about the one-time step for that. And again, this is something I could break down further in weekly steps or even daily steps, but just the one-time overarching thing that I want to accomplish in January for this organized home goal is my master bedroom. My master bedroom is a complete disaster. It is the room that 100% of the time is a mess. It's the room where we put anything that we don't have a place for. It gets stacked in my bedroom. I have stacks of stuff in there waiting to go to storage. I have laundry piled up in there. I don't have a laundry room, so when we get behind on laundry, that basket of laundry gets put into my bedroom. My bedroom is not any sort of sanctuary, and I would love for it to be. So I want to focus my time and effort this month, in addition to the clean kitchen at night thing, which is part of my routines goal, in addition to the organized home goal, I want to focus on my master bedroom. I don't even know if I'll be able to complete it in the month of January because it's that bad and because I don't have a ton of time to work on it. But I want to make progress on it at the very least. I guess in this case, that progress checkmark box will be handy, because if I don't complete it, I can at least say that I made some progress. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be my main focus outside of the daily routine of cleaning my kitchen. And I'm really going to need to focus on that. So that's the one-time step, although it's going to be done in many, many small increments. Work on it 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. If I can come back at the end of the month and say that my bedroom is clean, that will be a huge step towards this organized home goal. I could do like a 15-minute declutter or something here for this daily step, but I think if I just clean my kitchen every night and focus on working on that master bedroom when I have some downtime, that'll be enough for this organized home goal. So I think I'm going to put one more step here at the bottom towards my routines, sort of towards my evening routine. So I guess I'm going to put that up here, actually, my evening routine as the monthly focus. I'm going to put read 20 minutes down here because I really want to focus on reading every single day. I'm getting back into reading again. Reading before bed is 100% better for my sleep cycle than watching TV or YouTube videos or whatever, which is what I typically do to wind down. So that's going to help towards my routines goal for sure. So that's really like the only one-time thing. Like I said, a lot of these action steps will benefit more than one goal, which is awesome. So I planned on kind of color coding these to see which goal they fit into, but with so many of these benefiting more than one goal, I really don't think I need to. So I guess I'll scrap that idea. But that's it. Those are the action steps that I want to take in January to help me get one step closer to reaching these annual goals. I think it's a lot, especially these daily steps, but some of these things are things that I'm really going to enjoy. Like reading 20 minutes, that's just fun for me, if nothing else. And I really need some of these other ones to keep me accountable, because if I don't have accountability, I'll quit, and I don't want to do that. So if you have any ideas or suggestions for one-time, weekly, or daily steps that I can do in subsequent months towards reaching these goals, I would love to hear from you. Also, do you have a way that you keep track of the action steps you're taking to meet your goals? So many times in the past, I've written down my goals in January, gung-ho to make them happen, and then forgotten about them 2 weeks later. So writing down these action steps, I think, is really going to help me. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you think this will help me as well. And if you would like to see an end of the month update on how I did, how this comes along, I'd be happy to film that for you. This video is lengthier than I expected, so my apologies for rambling so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in even more of this style content, you can join my channel membership for as little as $4.99 a month for extra videos and live streams. You can just click that join button down below to get more information about that. Or if you just like these videos and you'd like to see them show up in your subscription feed, you can click the subscribe button. That's completely free. YouTube will just pop my videos into your subscription feed so they'll show up without you having to search for them. So if you like my videos, that's a completely free way that you can support me. You can also click the thumbs up button, leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you guys real soon with another video. Bye, friends.